Happy Wednesday, friends. We are so excited that you are here for us. It is transition month, which means everything's 10% off. So if you haven't started utilizing that sale, we'll go over that today, but we are going to talk catalog prep, all things new catalog, and how to get ready to have your best March ever. So we appreciate you being here with us. If your teamies aren't present, send them an invite, have them jump on, especially if this is their first catalog change. Because I know that there's going to be a lot of amazing tips and tricks that everyone's going to share with you tonight on how to have your best spring summer catalog kickoff. So Renee will take it over for News Tab.
There's not a whole lot since we were here other than the Cinderella launch and the St. Patrick's Day. They all launched. But we have the Yes You Can promotion. If you have not yet had a month where you've hit 250, 500, or 2,500, and you do that in February, you will win a Clover Me Irish warmer, the new 10 bars, and the molds of the little Scentsy bars to make wax samples in. So if any of those you haven't reached yet, you can hit it in January or February. January already passed. And win that prize package. I think that's really about it. In the news tab.
Yeah, I don't think that's been too much. I was gonna say if you haven't reached one of those milestones yet in your business, you should drop it in the chat so we can all hold you accountable over the next few weeks, because I think that'd be fun. So put whichever one you're shooting for, whatever is your tier. And if your goal is, if you've never hit 250 and your goal is 500, you can put that as well, or just put your numbers so we can cheer for you and be happy for you or encourage you during this time.
Yes.
Yeah. And then tonight is supposed to be awards night, but your boy didn't get it done. So we are pivoting and we are doing catalog instead because it's a perfect transition in the month that we're currently in. So we don't really have a huge plan for tonight, but I got all my tips and tricks here to share with you. So that way you guys can have a successful next 6 months. If you've heard this conversation before, I'm sorry, but hopefully there's a reminder in there for you, because I steal everything from other people, because if it's working for them, it can work for me. So I have stolen from Tabitha and Christina and Renee and Tiffany and probably some of you guys. So if you see something and you want to add something, then do that. That's perfectly fine. You don't have to stay quiet the whole time. Good?
Good.
Not the
Beautiful.
whole training. That's just the beginning. It's just the start. Okay. So I said already that I steal a little bit from Christina. So the first thing that I wanted to talk about, and then I will see if anyone else has anything, and then I can go into some more things. But the first thing I wanted to talk about is how I get the catalog, the new catalog. Everybody see it? We love it. We love it. The new catalog, how I get this out and what I do with it. So let me share my screen for a second, because I want to share with you my handy dandy tool.
But don't share anybody's information.
No information is being shared. We are not getting kicked off of YouTube anymore. Okay, so this is my 2024. So this would be last fall, winter catalog request. And so can you guys see this?
Yes.
Okay. Allow for 1 month. I don't know, Zoom, if you want to have access for a month, do it. No. So this is my 2024 fall winter catalog request. So this is what I send to all of my customers, because I don't like sending catalogs to people who can't respond to my text. I'm not going to send catalogs to people who can't respond to my text and can't respond to the happy mail that I've sent them or anything. So what I do first, the first thing I do when I get a new catalog is I send a text out to every single customer, even if they ordered 5 years ago, they're going to get a text. I don't care. I'm going to send a text to every single one of my customers and be so excited and share with them that we have a new catalog. And I'm going to send them this catalog request form. And this, you guys have probably heard this before, but it works. Christina and I both do this. This runs our seasons for the next 6 months. This is what we use for everything. It is the bread and butter of our business, this one form. And I'm going to share with you why. So here is the start of it. It's only 7 questions. It's not that big deal. So it just asks for their name. We're going to put blah, blah, their email. Let's throw my email in. Phone number. Let's make up a phone number. It's going to ask for their address. Let's make up an address. Hopefully it doesn't flag this. 2nd Street. Oh gosh. I live in Pflugerville, Texas, just in case you guys want to come visit me. Okay. And then this is where it gets important. So I have 3 questions on here. So how curious are you about having your own party by mail or text party and learning free and earning free and half off Scentsy? So they get to answer this. If you've been in one of these trainings, you know that we don't want this to be a yes or no answer. I know Tab has talked about this a ton, but we don't want a yes or no answer here because that automatically disqualifies them. If somebody says no, you feel like you can't follow up with them anymore about a party because they said no. It's a straight decline. So instead, what I do and what Christina does is we added numbers. So 1 through 10, how interested or how curious are you about having your own party? So even if they select a 4, that still means they're a little interested. So I can still follow up with them. Normally, if it's a 1, 2, or 3, I don't, unless I'm really pushing for parties. Then I'll be like, hey, I noticed you select a 3, but let's talk about it. Let's see why you are doubting having a party. But it's a good question to ask. So that's the first question. Oh, I gotta answer it. See, doesn't even let them move on. It makes them answer it. The next one is, do you know that I often have free or deeply discounted business kits? Would you like info on earning an extra income and starting for free? So it says, I'm already famous on YouTube is the option, or give me all the money. They select 1 through 10. So again, we're not giving them a yes or no because we still want to follow up with them and not feel bad about it. But we're giving them that option, right? So like maybe they select an 8. And then how interested are you in learning how to get a permanent 10% off since you love the most without having a party? So this is asking them basically about club, right? 10% off, no party. We're asking about club.
Mm-hmm.
So then we would click this, and then I think I have it linked to, my VIP group. So I'll stop sharing now. So that's kind of the first tool I use. The reason I do that is because 1, I want to make sure I have updated information. Somebody just filled out my job form. It was me. It was me. But was that funny? I know. Okay. Where was I? Matthew distracted me. Where I was. Anybody know? Renee?
Well, you just got done filling out your job form, and
Okay. Anyways, they fill out the job form. The reason I want them to fill out that job. Oh, I got it. We're back on track. We're on track here. The reason I want them to fill out that job form is because I want to make sure these people are possibly from 4 or 5 years ago. I want to make sure I have an updated address to them. If I go through and send out these catalogs and the other stuff that I'm going to share with you, sometimes it can be like $4 or $5 per person. And that's just a lot to be sending that out to somebody who is never going to receive it, or it's going to go to an old mailbox. So I want their most accurate information. And then 2, we're collecting that information to use later. So when we need parties, when we need somebody to do a club with us, or we need somebody to just buy from the catalog, we can always go back to that list. So that list can be the success of our next 6 months. So it's very important. If you haven't used Jotform before, you can actually go into Jotform and steal my link. And I'll drop that once somebody else starts speaking in a second. I'll drop that link in the chat, and then that way you guys can create a Jotform from a URL. You can fix a few things like that last VIP link. You can fix a few things, and then it's ready for 2025. And you can send that out tonight or tomorrow. So it's ready to go. Send it out. It's awesome. And then you have all those customers you can follow up with. Those customers, you get to decide what you want to send out to them. So you can send out like a catalog. You can send out, and I would wait a little bit. Like we're still thinking of last week when we said don't ruin your month, but we're preparing for March. We're getting ready. So at the end of this month, maybe last week of the month, you can get these out. And I would also look at those numbers that people put in for the parties and say, hey, I'm going to send you a catalog. But when I send that to you, do you want me to send you maybe a few extras to give out to some friends and family, and we can get you that discounted product, right? Like use those opportunities that you are learning from those people and make parties out of them, make shopping links out of them. Like if they didn't seem too interested in a party, maybe go the shopping link route and say, hey, I noticed you're not interested in a party, but do you have any friends that you think would want to buy from you if you had your own shopping link? Right? Like it doesn't have to be that complicated, and we can pivot. We can kind of go either way. I think Tab's questions are a little bit different. Because Tab, you still have the ABCD, right? So Tab does do a yes or no, but she has some fun things in there too. So it's like, would you ever, basically it's asking if they want to be a consultant, and they can say like, yes, I've thought about being a consultant, but this, like I'm not good at sales. Yes, but I'm not good at sales would be one of the answers. Or yes, I've been thinking about it. Yes, something else. And so she does like yes answers, like multiple yes answers. And then she has a no at the bottom and it says no, but I still love you. So that's an option too. You can change it to like a poll if you want it to be that instead of the numbers. So you can make it your own, but I'll share the link so that way you can do that. The next thing I do, the next important thing I do after that is, since I offered them something, I want to send them something, right? We don't offer it and then not send it unless it's to Renee, then we wait 5 months, right?
I think it was more than that. Yeah.
6 months, 7 months, 9 months. I'm not really sure how long it was, but it was a long time. So we make sure we're sending them out something. So you can use product list, you can use your catalogs, you can use the showcase brochures. Showcase brochure for the new season is also available. So you could fold
Beautiful.
in half. I'm not going to fold mine because I don't want a crease in it. This is my own version. I thought there was a crease in it. But you can fold this in half and then stick something else in there. We did talk a little bit last week about if you were in Christina's Fresh Scents training or Jammy Time. We talked about the scented stickers and how important those are. So the other thing that I do a catalog. I like the catalog. I know it's more expensive to send. I hate that I do it, but there's something about a catalog that makes me so excited that I have to share the catalog. But you do what's best for your business. And then this is the other thing I send to all of them. So there's different versions of this, and I'm going to go over them all. Well, not in depth, but just tell you what they are. But this is my version. I will share this in the Scented Social Circle probably this weekend sometime, because
And
I haven't designed it. What?
real quick, if you're going to the bulk sample making, that will be made and be there for us to put our stickers on.
Yeah, you'll get the scavenger hunt. So Christina Steinbrook makes the scavenger hunt one, and it just has a few questions about the catalog, which makes your customers kind of flip through the catalog and answer the questions. And then it says like, list 6 scents you would want to try. This is actually from one of my customers. She sent it back she put it in an envelope and sent it back to me instead of taking a picture. Like this obviously isn't my handwriting. It's too pretty. But yeah, so I've kept this. This was from spring, summer 2023. I've kept it because I know who this is, and I still pay attention to the scents that she puts. So that way, if they ever come back, then I know. So this is my reminder for her, and I thought that was cool. But
That's great.
that's scented stickers on the back of that. So if you're going to that event, then you'll get to make this. So you could put that in there if you're like a scavenger hunt fun type person. I mean, not that you're fun if you do any other one, but that one's fun. This is mine. I like I like this one just because I feel like it's really clean and they don't have to like complete anything on it, but it has all the 10 cents on the back and then it says sniff and rate. I guess they do have to complete it. There's little stars here. Let me see if you can see that. Yeah, there's little stars there that they can like kind of check off, like rate it kind of the same way we just talked about. Like they're not hating any of them, but they can, it's 1 through 5 stars. And then this last season, was it this last season or spring and summer? I don't remember. One of the seasons I started, we are not only a wax company. I don't know if you guys know this, but we're not only a wax company. We also have oils and we have new oils and warmers. Matthew knows. We also have warm. Oh, and okay, now he's naming every product. This is our oils, and I like to advertise our oils too because there are people who like our wax, but there's also people out there who love and obsess with their diffusers. Oh, Tab shared her drop form. Thank you, Tab. Appreciate you. So I put my oils on here. So the 4 new oils for the season I put on the front. So not only are they getting the 10 new stickers, they're getting oils. And then it has some new products on there. And then the Scentsy Air was a big thing last fall. So I added a big like little blurb about that. I think I'm going to change it to party this time. But every single one of my customers that fill out my form, which I'm going to be transparent, isn't a ton. Like it's kind of difficult to get them to fill out the jot form, but I blast it everywhere. I send it in a text. I put it in my VIP group. I send it in an email. I want to get that filled out because I'm, again, not sending mail to people who can't respond. I want them to fill that out. So I send a catalog and I send this, and then I love confetti. So I put confetti in it and then a little piece of candy. So like some gummy bears, an airhead, anything like that. So those are your options there. I also did last, I don't know when this was, some season I did a It's Fall Y'all insider details, and I did it this way instead. So I did a wish list. My graphic designing has gotten a lot better since then. But I did a wish list up here and then they could like fill it out. And then it had party information and then all of the 10 cents. So that's another option or a way to do it. And then Dylan's fall favorites was on the back. I think I stole this from somebody. I didn't make it. I mean, I did, but not all the way. I stole most of it, like I do. That's it for all of those things I have. Anyone want to? I have 2 more things I want to share, but I want to give somebody else a moment. Anyone else have anything similar that they do or want to share? No. Going once. Going twice. I'm just doing that good of a job. You guys want to know what's next? No. I know, they're very quiet. That's okay. They want to hear what I got to say. I got good stuff. Good stuff. Oh, I had that pulled up on my screen, Christy. I was gonna share that and I forgot. So Christy did make a little pods picture that you can steal. She put it in the Scented Social Circle group, and I was gonna share it, but she shared it down below too. So it's a fragrance list of all the pods that are available. You have anything to add to that, Christy?
No, but this one's different. I put the little thing at the top.
Oh, no mess instant fragrance.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's super cute. I'm definitely going to steal that from you. Thank you.
I printed it off on half sheets. Well, it's blurring it.
Get your blur on.
Yeah, hold on. I made it half sheets. So it fits inside the catalog.
Oh, that's so cute. And you put it on like a page that has pod products.
Yeah, the very first one where the Scentsy Air is.
Yeah. And the reason she did this is if you flip through the catalog, we don't have a list of just pod, like we have it at the end where it says, you know, it has like the columns of all the stuff and you can go down and look for pods, but it kind of gets confusing when you have pods, scent circles, wax, all of that on there. So she made it very clean and crisp where it just shows pods. And then she's putting it in her catalogs to send out. So also a good thing to do, make it easier for your customers to shop. Okay, Next thing is more for talking about how I work the next 6 months. But it's something that I do and I really enjoy it. And so I wanted to share it with you so that way you can prep. So this month we're prepping as much as we can. We are harvesting the crops so they grow, as Tab would probably say. So
Love it.
we are getting ready for the season. And so what I wanted to share, one thing that I like to do to get ready for the season. So I bought one of these photographer boxes, or photography boxes. And so it's, don't look at this yet, that's a surprise. Yeah, look at this. So they're photography boxes. And so they have different like individual boxes inside. So I'll open it for you here. So this is what, it's not ruin the surprise. This is what one of the boxes look like. It's supposed to be, it's meant for putting your photos in, so that way you can save your photos. But what I do with it, how I like to be organized in my business, is I put our testers. This was stolen from Kimberly Paluto. I didn't create it. I also love her. Shout out to you, KP. This is scent testers inside each one. So I label it the type of fragrance family that it belongs to. And then I put the samples in here. So that way, when somebody says they are looking for like a wood scent or something like that, I can always open this up and see. Why is Tab smiling so big? It's making me nervous.
Look
Oh,
at
I'm so
Abby.
happy. Oh my God, look at all of you. Why am I doing this training? I'm shutting up. Who wants it?
Brienne.
Yeah, I did the same thing. I sorted them and I just went and I took the symbols.
Decal.
I did it on my mom's Cricut.
It made me a proud Scentsy mama to see them already have them.
I know,
And
right?
we had like a Super Bowl gathering, right? So then they were just happened to be sitting on the table.
That's what they do.
And then open they went, and
Yeah, that's exactly where I was going with this. So I put them all in here. I love this not only for like my own, like being able to find the scents really easy. Like if a customer is like, hey, have you smelled, this is from last time, but have you smelled falling apples? And I can open this, know it's in woods, and be able to smell it real quick without going through my wax stash or without like finding a scented sticker or any of those things. So I love it for that reason. The second reason would be, like she said, if you have people coming over, if you have I mean anything going on, you can just take these out. Like if you have somebody at your house and they're like, oh, your house smells so good, do you have anything in, that is floral? You can go over here, you can pull out the floral. Floral was really lame last season. There was only one floral. Yeah, so our box has one in it. But if they're like, do you have any floral? You can pull that out and they know exactly what scents are available in there. Also, biggest tip is these are great for parties. The first party I had, I took all 80 cents and I dumped them out on the table. And I said, have fun. Like, this is going to be so fun. We're going to get to smell them. And you know the first thing they did? They said, where's jammy time? Hold on one second. For like 20 minutes. And then I would find it and they're like, where's the Winnie the Pooh scent? Hold on. And I had to like, it was awful. And then they started asking for old scents. So I had to tell Matthew to bring my old scents so that way they could smell them, because they were bragging about certain scents that we didn't have there. It was not a fun experience. So I was like, we need something easier and cleaner. So now I say, okay, we're going to smell the woods. We're going to smell woods. And I hand this to one person. I say, smell it and pass it around. And the next person is going to start smelling bakery. And then I hand that to a second person. So this isn't pertaining to right now. It's not something like right now that you would start doing anything with, but you can start building it. If you ordered the testers, it's a really good idea. We have that month. We have that month to prepare. And so that way you can have this ready and it can be sitting under your desk or wherever you're at. And if somebody asks for something, then you can pull it out. Or if you have a party, it's ready to go. You are just locked and loaded, right? The final thing I wanted to mention about this is I love doing a borrow bag. I don't do it as much as I should. I should offer it more often. But I do have a few customers that love borrow bags. And instead of giving them 80 cents, I say, hey, why don't you pick 2 fragrance families that you enjoy? And I'll put those in this bag. And that's why I got this bag out earlier. So I have a Scentsy bag that is insulated that they gave us. I don't know when or I bought. I think they gave us, right?
2 world tours ago.
Yeah, 2 world tours ago, they gave us that bag. And so I use that bag. It sits right there, over there. And when somebody says, hey, I would like to, borrow that bag, or they're like, hey, I'm coming over to pick up some scents, I say, great, I'm leaving out this bag for you to borrow. What 2 fragrance families would you like in it? And I can easily grab this and bakery, and then I put those in there. So that way I'm not giving them 80 cents that they have to smell. It's just what they like. And then I add a few catalogs in there and say, hey, share it with your friends. And then they love getting these. They can throw these in there first. They can do whatever. And basically it's a party, right?
2 things.
Yeah, I'm catching up on
And
chat. Good.
can you share the link for that in
This?
Scented Social Circle? Yes.
This? Yes, 100%.
And as far as like the testers right now, you can start pulling out your discontinued ones, putting them in a separate basket. That way, if somebody wants to smell a scent that is being discontinued to see if they want it or want to add it to their club, you've already got those separated.
Yeah.
I mean, we're halfway through the month, so
Yeah.
you can do that at this point. Pull out your discontinued testers.
And what's left, a good idea for getting rid of that stuff that we don't need in our office that makes us feel guilty, because we talked about that as well before. We don't keep stuff that makes us feel guilty. So those old testers, don't keep those. I have some in my closet. I was waiting for Matthew to comment, but don't keep those. Get rid of them. Get them out of your house. One thing that I know Tab did. Oh my gosh, Abby, why am I doing this training?
Abby,
I do this training. Why am I doing this?
Show it closer. Unmute yourself.
Yeah, let's hear it. Let's hear it. What do you do?
I don't know. I got that from somebody else, and I mean, I can't say that I get rid of them. They're sitting in my drawer, but they're done and ready.
Well, what are they? Can you show us?
So
No,
yeah, it just says, out of wax, pop tops off of testers and turn upside down in your warmer. And then I just have 2, like this one, I don't even know. These probably from I joined in the fall. So these are probably from my first spring. So this has, Go-Go Mango and Pina Colada Cha-Cha. So I just grabbed it from one of my bags. And then I'll just put it with, if I leave like, what are those? The product sheets out somewhere, I can like leave this with them, or I'll just throw it with somebody's order just to get them out.
Yeah.
do you have
perfect.
a template for that you can share in the group?
I'd have to find it, but yeah.
Yeah, okay. That's why I said just share it in the group.
When I
Yeah.
share mine, you share yours. We'll get to it eventually, right?
I can't even tell you like when I made those.
Well, that's okay. I mean, it's the thought that counts, because
Yeah,
if somebody
they're
stops-
done and ready. They're ready to go.
And
Yeah.
if somebody stops by, all you have to do, like if somebody's picking up wax, you could throw that in
Yeah.
there too. It's a cute gift that people aren't expecting. And it's just a thank you. Like it's a good way to get them out. I know that sometimes they can sit, I mean, like I said, I currently have some in the closet. I know I do. So get them out of your house, do whatever. Clarissa added a comment that says she makes tester Smarties, which is where I was going to go with it as well, is
Yeah.
you can take like 5 testers and put them together kind of in like a roll, and then twist the sides, and use cellophane, twist the sides, and then it makes like a cute little candy. Some people put Be a Smartie, Book a Party on them. And that's always an option as well. So that gets rid of like 5 at a time. But I really like Abby's. I hope you share
Yeah,
that
I do
template,
too.
because I like the 2 of them and not too many. So that's always good too. Anyone have anything before I keep talking?
I have these there's the 15 best sellers that I'm going to use for bags. It's the ones that they're putting in the $60 kit this month.
Oh my gosh, Tab. This is so cute.
Yeah, I just saw it today. Another leader shared it, but I told you that's what I wanted to do anyways, and so someone
Yeah.
else had the same idea. This is the card she made. She didn't share the template, unfortunately, because that's so freaking cute. So,
We got
and
that
that's
photo. Remake that.
and that's a sticker that she's just gonna stick. She ordered like actual stickers and then posted them on the or is gonna post them on the front of those boxes. But I figured that's what I'll do um for my party host as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Saving
awesome.
it now.
So it looks like that little box has the 10 different.
Yeah, it's got in there the boxes. Remember the ones that I bought last year, and they're like the tiny little things, and I was like, why did I buy these?
Yeah.
But so I already have all those, so that's what I'm gonna make up.
Nice.
That's a perfect way to transition to like share those with like we can be sharing things like that right now in our VIP page where you're giving them a little sneak peek. We're not telling them exactly what's in the catalog. We're not sharing warmers or anything like that, but just saying like, hey, sneak peek, here's, I'm making these for whoever wants one for the end of the month, like, and offering those so they get to, you can't sell it. I don't think it has any products in it you can sell. But you can offer those to customers, or you can add some scent circles in there so that way you can profit off of it a little bit. But if it's just the products, if it's just
And then I also shared this in my VIP page today. This is a way to get what is it, 6 or 8 hosts? I forgot what that graphic I just posted said.
eight.
8, okay, so 8 people to sell 6 packs of wax. So I did the same thing for my Bring Back My Bar Battle of the Host. But this was just a way to advertise 10% off bundles right now and get them their half off warmer and their discounted 6 pack with using their rewards. So that's how that math works out. But Hannah Hughes originally shared that. So I'm doing that right now on my VIP page.
And then, like the way that's broken down looks so easy. Like it's not like, oh, I have to do a Facebook party. I'm not doubting any other parties. I don't want to say that. But the way that looks, like if you just send that to a customer, like when I first saw it, because I saw it on Tab's VIP page right before I came on Zoom, and I was like, this is so cute. That'd be so easy to fill.
Yeah.
Like one, you could fill it for yourself, like challenge yourself, like, hey, we need those parties to get that blue mushroom. I need those parties to get that blue mushroom warmer. I'm gonna get it. That's one party. Well, I guess it would not be under somebody else. Okay, scratch that. But have somebody have a party, send that to them and say, hey, do you have 8 friends that would like to buy 6 cents? It's $27 for the 6-pack right now. And like, it just doesn't seem, I don't know why, but to my eyes, that doesn't seem daunting like a party. Like, oh, you have to have a Facebook party, invite all these people, get them there, do all these things. Like, it's a cute thing they can fill out and be like, hey, I'm buying 6 cents. Do you want 6 cents? Do you know anybody
Exactly.
else that does? Like,
Yeah.
I think it's great because I feel like so many people don't want Facebook parties because like they've already had a Facebook party that didn't become a party, like because they
Right.
didn't get enough orders, or they don't want an in-home party because they just don't want to do all the work for an in-home party.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It is. It's a party without a party. And then it really showcases that 10% off this month. Because I think there's a lot being missed right now as far as showcasing that things are on sale or running the reports to see what people bought this last catalog season to, seeing if they need a stock up before the products leave, possibly forever. So like when you're talking to people about the scents that are leaving, Cider Mill's not guaranteed to come back every single season and it's a bestseller. So if you have someone that's addicted to that scent, this is when you need to be having the club conversations and the stocking up why it's on sale. So definitely as you guys are going through the rest of this month, really be thinking about that because it's a huge opportunity to be a big sale month. And just kind of oh gosh. Sorry. Um so yeah, Otis was not being nice to his sister.
Oh,
Or overly nice, should I say. She did not like it. So yeah, just really be focusing on those sales and 10% off this month because oh my gosh. Yeah, that's it. Otis is a mess right now.
yeah, that's it. One thing I want to add to that, why we're talking about why Tab brought up club, If you have a customer, this is a little trick, and we've probably talked about this, but I want to remind you because it's a good transition. If you have a customer that is obsessed with a scent, like say Silver Bells right now, and they don't know if we don't know if that's going to be part of the fall winter collection, what you can do is set them up for a 3-month subscription with Scentsy Club. So you can say, hey, I'm going to put you on a 3-month subscription. You're going to get it in the middle of the summer, but that's okay. Like you love the scent, right? Like you're going to get it here in 3 months. And then before it ships again the second time, which would be 6 months later, the first one 3 months, second one 6 months, before it ships again this in 6 months, we will know what that catalog has because we get to see it, like this one a month early. So we'll know. So then we can tell them, hey, that you're safe. That one's good, right? Like that's a good way to lock it in. And then that way, if it doesn't come back, say in 6 months, Silver Bells doesn't come back, you can go to that customer and be like, hey, I just saw the catalog. Unfortunately, it's not coming back. Do you want to keep this club? You just got a free clubber, right? You can also set it up the same way and skip the 3-month because you can skip it one time with the returning bars. I mean, with the, if they have bars that are continuing, you can skip it 1 month. I don't suggest this because I've done that before and they've skipped 1 month and then they skipped the second month and it deleted their club. So I wouldn't suggest that. I would use it as like an end all be all, like if somebody's really persistent or like even for you. I was trying to think if I want to say this. Maybe add it to your own club, like their bars to your own club, and then do a 3-month subscription and then pause it for 1 month, the middle of the term. And then if it doesn't come back, then you can tell them they need to move it to their name or however you want to do that. But that was like a little tip or trick about Scentsy Club and kind of getting those customers. The best thing to do would be to stock up right now, like Tab said, or to get them in Scentsy Club. Just say, hey, I know you love this bar so much. You've bought it so much in these past few months. This is what we can do. Anyone have anything else?
I found my template, but it's on Avery, so I'm gonna try to type in the link and then see if that works for you guys.
Perfect. Thanks for sharing. Okay. Last thing I want to add is a little story that Tiffany told me I had to share. Tiffany, why are you so muted? This is a very quiet call. Let's hear from you. Say hello to people. Oh, now you just turned off your camera. Great.
Just turned off the camera even.
Yeah. She's like, I'm not being called out.
Maybe Emmy needs her.
Yeah, I'm not sure. She was unmuting. Hello? Okay. Adios. I don't know what's happening. Okay. So the last thing I want to share is a little story. It's not a crazy story, but it's cool. So I had a customer reach out the other day. It's kind of a success story. So I had a customer reach out the other day. I shared the whiff box. And in a text, I have customers in my project broadcast that are set up for whiff box. So if they eventually text me, and this was Tab's idea, not mine, but if they eventually text me whiff box, then they're added to this group. And when I text the group, I send them every month the whiff box. So that way they know what's in it. There's some people who like to know what's in the whiff box and some that don't. So in my VIP page, I normally don't share what's in the whiff box. I just say there's a new whiff box. And then if they want to know what's in it, they have to send me a text, which gets them in my texting campaign, right? So I had a customer the other day that was questioning a whiff box. So she was like, I love the whiff box. Can I get this? And I was like, yeah, that's perfectly fine. And I don't know what happened. I'm trying to think because the story goes multiple different ways. But basically what happens is I turn into a whiff box conversation into like a party conversation. And so I was texting her and I was like, oh, like, I know you love the whiff box. Would you be willing to, oh, I know where this started. Okay, so I have these little pink boxes here. This is where it starts. This is the good story. Sorry. Okay, so I have this pink box here, and for my clubbers, every once in a while, this is not often at all. Normally, my clubbers get the same mail as everybody else, but she's had a club for a really long time, and she has 2 clubs. So I finally was like, okay, I need to do something special for her. Like every single month she's getting a club, and then every 2 months she's getting a club. And so I sent her one of these little pink boxes, and I made bulk samples and put those in there. And then I put a cotton cleanup in there, and I sent it to her. And she was like, hey, can I take a picture of this and share it with my friends in case they want to buy? And I was like, well, if you're going to do that, like we should set you up a shopping link. And she's like, yeah, that would be perfectly fine. So we started talking about a shopping link and a party. And she's like, well, I want to also order a whiff box sometime. And I was like, okay, we can set that up for you too. Like we'll add that to your club this month because it's a really good one. So I went into her club and she wasn't able to add it this month because it had already shipped. But I was like, next month, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to send you a whiff box with in your next club order. So next month, I'm going to add a whiff box. We're going to add it. And then you can take that and we can have a party with you next month. And she was like, oh, that sounds fantastic, blah, blah, blah. So we talked for a little bit longer. So I just kept like having conversation with her. This was like an all day conversation, but it was like, I would text and then she would text back and then I would wait a little bit and text back again. Like I was just like having a genuine conversation with her. So at the end of the day, by the end of the day, I was finally like brave enough. I was like, okay, she's already agreed to a whiff box. She's already a clubber. She's already agreed to having a shopping link. Like, I'm just going to push this one step farther. Like, I want to like see what I can make of this. So I push it one step farther and I'm like, hey, I have a question. We have a new catalog and I don't normally get a lot of home parties. A lot of people don't want to do home parties, just like Brianne said earlier. Some people don't want to clean their house. Some people don't want to do certain things. So I said, would you be interested in a home party? And I just asked. And she said yes. So we're going to do a home party next month, which I'm really excited for. So she's going to have the whiff box. This is the full wrap up of the story. She's going to have the whiff box there. So that way we can go through the whiff box next month. She's going to have the new catalog there. So that was exciting for her. And then she was already talking about sharing with friends and family. So that was exciting. And then she said she wants to do a home party. And why she had all this stuff, since she had all this going on and was willing to do a home party, I talked to her about joining too. And I was like, have you ever thought about, like, literally, this is all in one day. And I'm not exaggerating about this. I was like, what do you think about joining? And she's like, I am thinking about it. Let's see what happens with the party. So hopefully what happens is she gets all that stuff. We have a home party and I can flip it. And then she'll be with us the next week.
Right.
So moral of the story, don't be afraid to share it. Even if somebody says yes to something, push a little bit harder. Do a little bit more. Especially this season. We have so many good things to offer. Do a little bit more. Push a little bit harder, right? So if they say yes to buying right now, like if they're like, hey, yes, I want to buy 6 bars for $27. Perfect. Do you want to add that to club and get it for 10% off? That wouldn't be 10% off because it's only
Yeah,
$20.
not this month.
But you guys get the point, right? Like, so
Yeah.
you push a little bit more and say, like, hey, would you want to add that to club? I know you love these bars. Right now, we can add them to your club and you can get them forever.
And
That's
you'll save on shipping.
you'll save on shipping. That's a perfect like gateway if somebody's offering right now, if they're saying they want to buy right now. Don't just take the sale, run with it. Do something more, offer more.
And I will say with like home parties aren't totally dead. I think people have forgotten that home parties even exist because like my mom went out to dinner with a bunch of her girlfriends and was talking to them about the fact that I sold Scentsy, and Lena was like, "Man, I miss doing home parties." And she's like, they still do those. She'll do one. And now I have a party booked for the week that we get back after World Tour. So like you just have to ask them or bring it up. Like I think people just forget they exist since
Yeah.
we had all the fun COVID things and nobody did them anymore.
And that's the thing. I think like I get people asking more for home parties than I do for like online Facebook parties. And I'm not saying Facebook parties are out because I think there are really good ways. Like if you have the right host, you can have a really successful Facebook party. So I'm not saying those are out, but I get a lot more PRV from home parties. home parties, people smell the scents and they want to buy at that time. And then two, like it's just a gathering. Like people want to have that right now. A lot of people, including myself, like we all work from home. We don't get those opportunities to mingle and meet a ton of people. And so when you have those home parties, they're very successful. I think they're harder to get. I really do, but I think they're worth it in the end. They're definitely worth it. Christy has a $200 club for someone. Yeah, you should do a little box or something. I mean, I'm not telling you what to do. You do what you do because you're good at what you do, but you do you. But it was fun. It was fun to send her a little box, and it just had big samples in it. It was nothing special. It was just big like samples of leftovers.
I'd like to do something like that for her because she's never ordered anything off of me. She just has that club account.
Yeah, send it. Yeah, I think it's a great opportunity. There was one more thing I wanted to say, but I don't remember what it was. I lost track. It was about club joining. I lost it. I lost it. And that's how we end this. With me forgetting what I was going to talk about. What was it? It was something about like good transition. I don't remember what it was. But I was excited to share that club, that thing that I was talking about.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyone else have anything? Anyone working on anything during transition time right now?
I'm planning on doing like a in-person, I'm not going to call it a party, but shindig or whatever. I just haven't been to the place where I'm going to have it at because I don't leave my house very often. But I'm planning on doing like a mini version of the tackle boxes because I sold, I want to say, I think it was 5. I think I sold 5 of them. So I just bought smaller ones, and then I'll probably just, instead of charging like the 20 for like 6 scent circles, I'll just do like 3 since they are smaller and there's not as many different wax bars. But then I was like, today I made hand cream sample, or this is actually body cream, but I plan on doing like body cream samples, like a washer whiff bar, and or just putting several different samples that I don't sell a whole lot of in those tackle boxes just to see how well those do. But that's just what I'm working on right now.
Yeah, that's a cute idea to add like your own little spin on it to like add body cream or like get people, because I mean, you know, if they're ordering that from you, they love wax. Like that's that. But like, what if you added a laundry sample in there and then they get to try that for the first time and they fall in love with it?
So I'm doing the body cream. Well, my husband doesn't use the body cream because he thinks it's too oily, but he goes through our hand cream like it's nobody's business. But then like I also bought these little, this has counter clean in it. So I was gonna throw those in there, and then I do have these of washer whiff. So if anything fits, I'm gonna shove it in there.
Yeah, why not? I mean, you're thinning the box anyways. Might as well
Yeah.
throw some things in there, some samples, especially if they're old, like old samples that you've made, or like you showed earlier those little bags. Like throw one of those bags of samples. Like they would just love to get that. It's just a little kit that says like thank you and here's all the new scents. Like it's fun. I did think of the last thing I wanted to add, and that was I like to give a little bit of homework. And so one thing I want to challenge you all to think about, you don't have to do, all I'm asking you to think about, you just have to think about it, is booking a home party in your own home this spring and summer. Think about it. It's a great start to get friends, family over. Like Brianne said, a lot of people, Christy, you should have done this training, not me. But it's a good way to get it started, right? Like if people come over, Christy, she does bingo parties, right? So if people go over to Christy's house and she does a bingo party with them and they're having so much fun, they can say, hey, I want to do a bingo party at my house. Perfect. Like it just spreads the word. And so if you do it and they see how fun and easy it can be, Don't go all out. Don't go crazy. Don't buy every single warmer and set it out. Do your house
No.
how it normally is. Have some chips and queso out. Have this little chips and you know, if I'm having a party, chips and queso are going to be there. But have this little thing out in the middle, and then some catalog set out, and you're good to go. Like if you guys go to Christy, was it on your? Did you post that on your Facebook? The baggies on your table, Christy? That just in your story.
I don't know if I did or not.
Actually, I think you posted it in Scented Social Circle. Bingo party tonight is what you said. Yeah. So go to
Yes.
Scented Social Circle. Christy put a little cute like image of how she sets up her bingo parties, but do that same thing. Do a little bag, put a catalog in it, put, you know, some of your samples in it, and then have these setting out and do a little quick home party. Say, hey, friends and family, I'm hosting a home party from 2 to 4. Stop by, smell some scents, eat some
Well,
chips and queso, and go on. Like, go
the
ahead.
little brown bags that you've seen on my table,
Yeah.
they weren't but like this big. I mean, they weren't very big at all.
Oh, I thought they were like big bags.
No, they had a cotton cleanup sample in them, and then they had some of our testers in them.
Yeah.
They all got to take those home with them, and then on the table is where all the paperwork was, the bingo cards, and then I use like brown lunch bags
Mm-hmm.
for what the bingo prizes go in, and they get folded over, and I put 6 to a container, and the containers are different colors and sitting all over the place. They don't get to touch the bags. They don't get to look in the bags. They have to tell me what table, what color, and a number 1 through 4, and that's what prize they get if they get a bingo.
There's so many fun ways to do home parties right now. Like if you had that experience where you did that in your home, I know it takes a little bit of work. It takes some cleaning, takes some preparation, but have some friends and family over. Start with just your family if you want to, or 2 friends. Hey, 2 friends come over. Let's have some chips and queso and smell the new scents with the 10 new scents with me. Like that's fun. And then they know that you can offer that. And then you say, hey, let's book a home party for you. And then it just starts spinning. So my homework for you, you don't even have to do it. Again, just think about it. Think about doing a home party, how you could do that in your home or what you could do. And I want you to put it in your mind and think what is going to work.
I do regular bingo. I do put a spin on it sometimes. Like one time we had the Zoe Scentsy buddy, the zebra named Zoe. And every time they talked, if they had Zoe in their hand, they had to say Zoe at the end every time. Or somebody could take Zoe away from them. And whoever had Zoe at the end of the night won the door prize for coming.
That's fun.
And from my experience too, if you're able to do it, a lot of people don't want to do parties at their house because they don't want to deal with all the mess and the cleaning and everything else. Every party I have done has been at my house. And they wasn't always bingo parties. They all know that I can either go to their house or my house, and you know which one they pick? My house, because they don't want to do it at theirs.
Yeah. And that's an option too. Like you have a good party and then somebody says, well, I want to do a party, but my house is always messy or something like that. Okay, perfect. We'll do it here. Just invite your friends next time. Like we can do the same thing we just did. It's just your friends versus mine. Like make it super simple for them. You do the exact same thing. You set out these little testers. You have your warmers around the house, which are already staged perfectly, and you just have a party. Have some food out, some chips, and of course queso, because apparently that's the only thing I know how to say. But some chips and queso out, and some drinks, or like do a wine and sniff and sip is another option, and have just 1 bottle of wine and sniff some scents.
Cookies and catalogs, cupcakes and catalogs.
Yeah.
Can be cheap like me and just schedule it between lunch and dinner so they've already ate.
Yeah. Or
Well, yeah.
don't even worry about
Yeah.
preparing a meal. You don't have to, but yeah, do what works for you and your business. Like,
Mhm.
what were you saying, Renee?
Nothing.
Okay. Yeah. So there's plenty of options. I just want you to think about it, put it in your head for a little bit so that way you can have some time to process it. We are actually over by 2 minutes. So I just want to see if anyone else has anything, or Tab is done biting dogs. You got anything?
Nope, just go out there and finish February strong and be awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you all for coming. We will do awards night next week, I promise. So make sure to tell friends, family, anyone who you want to be. I don't know why you would tell your friends and family, but tell whoever you want to be here to come back next week. And so that way we can celebrate all of you. Sweet. Sweet. Wait until the recording ends.